This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we talk about travel safety during the back-to-school season. That and much more next. Thank you for watching. Honestly, I appreciate it. I'm Ken Kara, and this is FYI on SSPTV and SSPTV.com. Before our travel safety story, we have some headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. West Hazleton police need your help to identify a suspect in a strong armed robbery. Police Chief Brian Buglio says that the victim, a woman, exited a store at 13 North 4th Street around 1:15 this afternoon. The suspect approached her and asked her for the time and a cigarette. She said she didn't have any. That's when he pushed her and grabbed her wallet, which contained cash, credit cards, and ID. He fled east on Spruce Street. He's described as a white male in his early 20s with blonde shaved hair, about 5'7" or 5'8" tall, wearing a dark colored blue shirt and blue or black dark shorts with a red stripe down the side. Anyone with any information is asked to call West Hazleton Police at 570-455-3733. A West Hazleton hookah lounge has closed. West Hazleton Police Chief Brian Buglio confirmed that the Conga Lounge on West Broad Street has closed its doors. The chief confirmed that the building's landlord terminated the lounge's lease. The chief says that his department did respond to a fight early Sunday morning outside the lounge and took appropriate action. But he says that it was the landlord who terminated the lease and the lounge was permanently closed Sunday evening. A video of the alleged fight outside the lounge was posted on social media over the weekend. Meanwhile, a post on the Conga Lounge's Facebook page confirmed the closing and says it was good while it lasted and they thanked their family. It also says they were shut down for a simple fight they took care of without the cops, but since it was on video, they have been judged worse than the meth labs in Hazleton. Hazleton police are looking for the man who robbed a city pizzeria on Sunday. It happened around 5:30 yesterday afternoon at Little Caesars Pizza, 550 West Broad Street. Police say the suspect entered the store and demanded money. He is described as a light-skinned Hispanic male, heavier set, about 5 feet 11 inches tall. He was wearing a tan coat, blue jeans, and had a scarf covering his face. The robber fled on foot with an undetermined amount of money. Anyone with information on the robbery is asked to call Hazleton Police at 570-459-4940. Meanwhile, a masked man robbed the Turkey Hill on Alter Street in the city. Hazleton police say that a man wearing a red and blue striped mask entered the store and removed property from the store staff, then fled. Anyone with information on the incident or knows of any leads or witnesses is asked to call Hazleton Police or dial 911. Congressman Lou Barletta today presented long overdue medals earned by 4 local veterans. The special presentation was made during a ceremony at the Congressman's Hazleton office this morning. Beverly Petty requested the medals for her late father, Anthony Petty of Drums, who served in the United States Marine Corps. Members of the Petty family were on hand for the special honor. John S. Szymanski of Factoryville, who served in the U.S. Navy, was also presented with several medals, including a Purple Heart. It was Szymanski's second Purple Heart for wounds received while serving our country. Sharon Austin, the daughter of the late John Trusavage of 44, was presented with an array of medals today for her late father's service to the United States Army. And John Zadolik of Mountaintop was awarded several medals by the congressman for his service to the United States Navy. We at FYI extend our sincere congratulations to the recipients and thank those heroes and their families for their service. Today marked the first day of school for students, faculty, and staff at Holy Family Academy in Hazleton. Holy Family Academy is the only Catholic school in the Hazleton area. It houses students in pre-kindergarten through 8th grade. Students were excited for the start of a new school year. Holy Family is one of several schools in our area that have returned to the classroom. The Tamaqua and Weatherly area school districts and MMI Preparatory School in Freeland began last week. And students in the Hazleton area school district, they'll be going back this Wednesday. The start of a new school year means the return of school buses to area highways. FYI's Lisa Sugart has some important advice on how to keep our children safe when traveling to and from school this year.
Well, the children are back in school, and you know what that means. Lots of school buses on the road and lots of children walking to and from classes. Here to talk about how we can keep everyone safe this school year and all year round is Rebecca Ryback. She is the coordinator of the Northeast Highway Safety Program, which is funded by PennDOT. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What are some important tips? I guess let's start with buses. School buses now, safety for the kids back in school.
We just like to remind the students that the bus driver is in charge of the bus. And in Pennsylvania, you're actually allowed to have 72 kids on a bus. So that's a lot of students, even if they don't have 72 kids. So we just like to remind the students that actually school buses are the safest way to travel. Even though they don't have seatbelts, they are the safest way to travel to school. If we could all travel in a school bus to work and everything, we would be safe because they're big and yellow with lots of lights. So a lot of the accidents with children happen outside the school bus. So we like to remind kids to stay away from the curb when you're waiting for your bus, 5 steps actually past the curb, wait in a grassy area, make sure that you listen if there's a safety patrol or a crossing guard. And on the bus, you want to make sure that you're sitting nicely. You don't want to have any hands or anything out of the window. Make sure the aisle is clear just in case there's an emergency. And you just want to make sure that you treat others safely on the bus too, so the bus driver could do its job and watch the road.
And what about the people that are coming up by the bus? We want to make sure that they're paying attention, that when the children are getting off, that they're not driving by.
Right, we know it's a law that you have to stop when you see a school bus have its stop sign out and its lights on for the children to get off. And there is a fine that goes along with that if you do pass a school bus in a school zone when the kids are getting off the bus. So distracted driving is very big nowadays, so you want to make sure you stay off your cell phone. Do not text. It's a law in Pennsylvania. And you make sure that now you watch the children on and off the school buses, and please just be aware of this busy time.
And for safety, we want to talk about seat belts and buckling your kids in safely.
Right. Well, the law in Pennsylvania is children from birth to 4 need to be in a car seat. 4 to 8 years old, they need to be in a booster seat. And with the new teen driving law, 18 years old and younger have to be in a seatbelt or obviously a car seat anywhere in the car. We do want you to always wear your seatbelt. It's the best protection against a crash or a serious injury. And when you're driving through town, even if you're going to the bus stop, it could be a mile away. Most crashes happen right near your home. So you want to make sure that you're in your seatbelt, parents model for your children, and that your children are in a car seat or a booster seat.
For anybody watching this right now, maybe they work with a PTA or something like that, and they say, that's really great information, we'd like to take it to our parents. Do you go out and do programs in the schools?
Yes, we do programs in schools. We would do programs at meetings, teacher programs. We're available to even send information on any kind of laws and any kind of safety tips. So they feel free to contact me.
And how do they do that?
It is Rebecca Ryback, RRYBAK at csswb.org.
All right. Very important information. Keep our kids safe. Pay attention to the rules in Pennsylvania.
Good advice. Thank you, Lisa. Up next on FYI, our fitness segment at Core Fitness and your local forecast. In sports, we chat with some Bears about the upcoming Monoy area. Actually, it's Tamaqua coming up, though. It's Monoy on Friday. Tamaqua area football preview coming up next.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The countdown continues to one of the largest street fairs around. There are just 12 days now until Fun Fest 2015 in downtown Hazleton. The fun, food, crafts, entertainment, along with the big parade take place September 12th and 13th. For more information, you can log on to funfestpa.org.
It's Monday. I'm Christy. Welcome back to Core Fitness and welcome to our Diva Room. I feel like everybody should see it in here at least once just because it's so pretty. So today I'm going to talk to you about something I hear a lot, which is I don't have time to exercise. So I want to give you a little bit of a boost so that you really don't have an excuse, and that's how to pack the perfect gym bag and keep it in your car so that you can pretty much exercise wherever and whenever you want. So your essentials are as follows. Your nice gym bag, okay, could be anything, could be a cloth shopping bag for all it's worth. You need a pair of sneakers, of course, so that you can even strap those on at any time with a pair of socks. Those can stay in your bag all the time, okay? Along with that, if you want, you have the option of keeping an exercise outfit, but I do encourage you that if you do change out of your work clothes, if you're doing this on your lunch hour, that after work you take these out into the house and wash them. Otherwise, you're just going to have kind of a stinky mess. For your workout, you will need a set of headphones and, of course, your phone. Everybody's got a phone. Everybody's always on it. And you want some music to listen to, or you want a timer. So your headphones and your phone are always with you in your gym bag. Bottle of water to stay hydrated. And so that's pretty much it for your workout. If you want, you can throw an optional jump rope in there, a yoga mat, so maybe you can take it to the park and do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of yoga. And for post-workout, we have, for you ladies, we have your makeup wipes. You really want to cleanse your skin and take care of your skin. It is the biggest organ in your body, so you get that exercise in and you wipe your face down. Then, of course, we had such a great workout, so we have our deodorant. Nobody wants you coming back to work after you've done a good workout on your lunch hour. So you have your deodorant, and then right after that, we've got your little bit of a snack. These are always nice because they're prepackaged. This is just a 100-calorie pack of almonds. You could be a protein bar. It could be a yogurt, but just don't leave it in there overnight. Any sort of fruit that's portable, that's great. And also, I keep in mind, just to freshen up, a little bottle of dry shampoo for you ladies. It kind of absorbs the oil in your hair. You can throw your hair back up in a bun, and you're ready to go. So now you have no excuses. It's not a lot. You just have the perfect gym bag right there. Okay, so no excuses. Get your time in, get your workout in. You want to aim for 60 minutes, so you can break that up between exercises, and you can do that 3 to 5 times a week. Good luck. See you next Monday.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. Actually, if you see clouds of white or the dark sacred night in this shot, we may have a problem. Anyway, what a wonderful world and what a wonderful weather that we had this Monday. What wonderful weather we had this Monday. Here's our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m., then isolated showers between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. 30% chance of that only. Partly cloudy with a low around 64 degrees. On the extended forecast, Tuesday looks sunny with a high near 85 degrees. At night, we'll get down to 66 under partly cloudy skies. For our Wednesday in the area, we'll get up to 85 degrees. Once again, mostly sunny, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 64. Thursday will be mostly sunny. Our high will be 86 degrees. Thursday night, partly cloudy, low of 63. And for Friday, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny once again. High of 85 degrees on Friday night, partly cloudy. Our low will be 62.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazelton. Treat yourself today.
Here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 4-1, pick 3, 5-5-9, pick 4, 4-7-6-2, and pick 5, 2-1-9-4-7. Numbers on FYI lottery numbers brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you. One is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue. The other one is in Nescapec on Broad Street. You can call Boyer Insurance in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescapec at 570-752-7683. When we come right back, we give you a preview of the Tamaqua area Blue Raider football team.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The football previews continue right now on FYI. Grab your rubber stadium seat thingy and break it in for Friday night. Our intern John Eric Poli has a look at the 2015 Tamaqua area Blue Raiders.
The Tamaqua football season ended in a heartbreaking way last year. The Blue Raiders finished with a 5-5 record, leaving them 1 game short of the postseason. This season, however, will be different as Tamaqua will have an experienced team coming back. The Blue Raiders will have their leading rusher and receiver in Colin Bud Moyer. Moyer rushed for over 1,000 yards last season. He was also a leading receiver for the Blue Raiders and looks to be a big target for his quarterback who's returning from an injury.
Obviously, we're a big run team. We feel like this year, that's not going to change. We have a young quarterback back, Thad Zuber. He probably would have been our starter last year, but broke his ankle first game of the year. He's had a great offseason. We're looking for a lot from him, actually picking up the passing game a little bit with him, obviously coming back. And obviously, Bud Moyer, he ran for about 1,400 yards for us last year. He's going to be a big part of the offense again.
On defense, Tamaqua will be solid, returning nearly every starter. With 4 defensive tackles and 2 linebackers coming back, there's no doubt that the Blue Raiders can have a fierce defense. But there may be some room for improvement.
Yeah, definitely. We emphasized all last year, especially defensively, that we really wanted to fly to the football. I think defensively, we were ranked pretty high, in the league as well as in, the newspaper area. So we're looking to build off of that and obviously be very competitive defensively. I think we have about 8 out of 11 guys back.
I think we did pretty good on defense, but our secondary, we need to step it up there. We had a lot of passes completed, which should have been deflected or intercepted. That's one point we have to work on is our secondary.
There's a competition in special teams this season. The Blue Raiders have struggled at the kicking position, and that is one position that the coaches have been paying a lot of attention to this off-season.
We have some competition in kicker this year, which we've had kind of a hard time with since Lance Williams left our group. So like I said, hopefully this year that you get a little bit more consistency, especially with the extra point. Obviously we find that through the course of the year that's a big thing.
The good news for the kicker is that the long snapper for the past few seasons is returning and fully understands the high importance of his role.
But you have to get your snaps there perfectly. If not, it screws up everything. Like field goal, if you get the bad snap, you might get the kick down, punt, might get blocked or something. Who knows? It's just you got to get the snap there and hope they get it right.
Tamaqua will open their season on September 4th against North Schuylkill. For FYI Sports, I'm John Eric Poli.
Thanks, John. And speaking of North Schuylkill, tomorrow we'll talk about how the North Schuylkill Spartans plan to defend their Anthracite League championship. Next Monday, our John Eric Poli has a cool feature on Russ Kanzler. What was the Cunningham Crusher up to this weekend? He was crushing it. This was Russ Kanzler's 8th home run of the season against Syracuse. Well, 8th home run of the season. This one was against Syracuse. His average dipped below 270 before he hit this one out of the park as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning. He's now hitting 271 on the year. Lehigh Valley, they beat Syracuse, by the way, on Sunday, 3-1. It was really an exciting weekend for local sports fans. Let me show you why on the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. The Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders lowered their magic number to 4 with a win over Buffalo on Sunday. The Rail Riders are now oh so close to the International League playoffs and an International League North Division title. John Arrieta pitched a no-hitter for Joe Maddon's Cubs on Sunday night. Baseball and Chicago got a big win over the Dodgers. Redland Little League won the United States Championship. PA Power, my friends. Then they showed that PA Power in the World Series final with Japan taking a 10-2 lead, but Japan came back to win the title, but it was a great run for the team from Lewisberry, Pennsylvania. There's 2 things I like about Mondays: American Ninja Warrior and Trivia Treats with Ron Marchetti.
Jake Arrieta of the Cubs pitched a no-hitter last night in L.A. More on that Friday. A 55-second video clip burned a vapor trail across the internet last week. Hi, everybody. This is Trivia Treats. Yankee pitcher CC Sabathia was restrained by some friends after exchanging words with a few hecklers at a restaurant in Toronto last week. Sabathia just flipped out because he had a bad night, but he's been having a bad year. In fact, he stinks this year. He is supposed to be the ace of the pitching staff. He has a total of 4 wins this season, 4-9, and he was taken off hook at least 4 times. He could have easily been 4-13. Mother of God. CC deserves to be heckled. But my point is, nowadays all players are under a microscope when they are on the streets. So don't do anything stupid when you're out in public. Everything is fair game. It wasn't anything close to being like that in the 1950s. Let's talk about 1957, my heyday, when everyday life was a bit more enjoyable. A gallon of gasoline cost 24 cents, a loaf of bread cost 19 cents. The number 1 song in 1957 was All Shook Up. 12 Angry Men and The Bridge on the River Kwai were the top films, and if you were a famous baseball player, you could find yourself in a regrettable public situation and not have it preserved for eternity on the grainy cell phone videos. Mickey Mantle, Whitey Ford, Billy Martin, Yogi Berra, and Hank Bauer took their wives to the Copacabana to celebrate Martin's 29th birthday. Sammy Davis Jr. was playing his set. Two bowling teams celebrating winning their leagues began using racial remarks that upset the Yankee table. Who knew Davis very well? The ball players asked the bowlers to stop, but they did not. Bauer threw a punch that broke the jaw of one of the bowlers, a delicatessen owner in the Bronx. However, other details of that Copa incident were very sketchy at best. Was Bauer the only one throwing punches? I don't think so. The end result was the 5 players got fined $1,000 each, and Billy Martin was the scapegoat. He was exiled to Kansas City. Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra may have been the center of attention on the field and even in the clubhouse. But when they went out on the town, they were mostly out of the spotlight. It was easy to be famous in 1957, but that's not the way it is now. Till Friday, game night, be a good sport, stay loose.
Mondays can be rough, but you can end them on a high note. Seafood night at Bottlenecks. Choose from crab, clam, shrimp, and lobster specials, such as their little neck clams in garlic butter, only $1.95 a dozen, or handmade crab cake platter for only $8.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy 41st anniversary to Sam and Deb Lassant. This wish comes with love from your family, friends, and of course, everyone here at SSPTV. In our Talk of the Town report, the Hazleton Art League will be holding an opening reception Friday, September 4th from 6 to 8 p.m. for artists Frank Mariano, Linda Keck, plus it will have quilts by various artists. The Art League is located at 225 East Broad Street. For more information, please email hazeltonartleague@outlook.com. Our next announcement, the Holy Door Mission Friar, Route 93 in Cybersville, will be holding a pilgrimage for peace Sunday, September 13th. They'll begin at 10 a.m. with morning prayers, and they'll have several events all day long. They'll have food, liturgy, healing service, children's programs, and much more. For info, just call 570-788-1212. And finally, the 26th Annual Hegan's Valley Arts and Crafts Fair will be held September 19th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Over 200 selected crafters will be displaying their work along with delicious homemade food. Event will be held rain or shine, and it's free, but there is a $2 parking charge, all benefiting the Hegan's Park Association. For info, just call 570-682-9541. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Marie Menency of Weston. Graveside services Tuesday at 11 a.m. at the Mount Laurel Memorial Park. The Furo Funeral Home is handling the arrangements. And James B. Humenick of Hazleton. Services Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Charles Sherman of Gordon. Charles, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Sam Lassant Jr.'s daughter, Isabella, told me I'd make over 5 mistakes on the news tonight. Watch the rebroadcast. I think she was right, but you know what? School's back, so I won't have to hear about it tomorrow. And speaking of school, lots of back-to-school segments on FYI this week, so check them out. Until then, take it easy, everyone.